Hello, it's Naomi back here with another vlog for you guys. This time I'd kind of like to talk about The Crow Girl by Erik Axl. The author this is actually a pen name. It's two musicians who got together to write this. And the book was actually published as 3 individual volumes as a trilogy in its home country. Whereas we got it in the UK just bound up into one big 700 and something page book. I did really enjoy it. It reminded me a lot of the Stieg Larsson Millennium series and also Saval and Wallou's Martin Beck books as well. Kind of similar in tone, so I think if you like those, you'll probably enjoy this as well. There are 2 main characters. They're both female, Sophia and Jeanette. Men in the book are generally relegated to supporting roles, or perhaps a lot of them are kind of the villains of the piece as well. So it's kind of quite nice to see a book that's anchored by 2 strong female characters. Jeanette, she's a police officer, and she is in charge of looking for this serial killer who's running rampant at the time, abducting children from the streets. And Jeanette's quite a complicated character in and of herself. She's football mad. She's really tenacious. She's always feels like sometimes the guys at work are treating her a bit differently because she's a woman. So she's going through kind of a lot of internal struggles as well because of her marriage. Her marriage she feels has become stagnant or is failing. And her husband is this struggling artist type of character, which leaves the family always completely broke, but she always seems to manage to make something work. And then there's Sophia. She's a psychotherapist. She sees a variety of clients, from Z-list celebrities to traumatized child soldiers from Sierra Leone. So within her practice, she's got a lot of heavy sort of subjects surrounding her, and she's also got her own kind of troubled past as well, which is revealed a little bit as the story goes on. But the pace in the novel really starts to build once Sophia and Jeanette have to call each other to work together. And I'm just going to quickly address the elephant in the room. The book is over 700 pages long. I know that's quite the commitment for a lot of people. However, inside the chapters, they're almost like micro chapters. Some of them can be just a couple of pages long, or a page even. So that keeps the book flowing really quickly. And I must say, I don't think at any point I felt like I was actually reading a 700-page book, because it rattles along so quickly. There's also a side plot of a young girl's childhood in here, and it's really disturbing. It's really sad. Because she's a victim of extreme child abuse, and I must say, the subject matter is very dark. If someone were to be sensitive to those sort of themes, it maybe isn't the book for them. But it's quite often the case in Scandinavian crime that they do go to the darker sort of side of humanity, and examine the human condition in that way. But to be honest, I thought it was all handled particularly sensitively. I never really felt like this was glamorizing the situation or anything like that. One particular example within the book would be of this sensitive handling would be at one point Jeanette has to watch videotapes of child abuse, and she is traumatized afterwards. She's heartbroken. She's destroyed for a little while, really. And I think it just got across the weight of the job that some of the police officers have to do. So although the subject is very heavy, I did really enjoy the book and the way that it was all put together. There are a lot of twists and turns in the book. A lot of them play upon the psychological aspect of the book, especially with one of the main characters being a psychotherapist. We delve into the human mind more so than I think some other thrillers would. And I think that's what's made it particularly successful, because there's a lot of, there's a lot of play between, is this reality, is this a flashback, is this a hallucination or a fantasy? And you're never quite sure. And the twists and turns in the book make it impossible really to land on an opinion and stick to it for 100 pages. There's always something that's going to change your mind or get you questioning what's really going on. I'd recommend this book to anyone who likes a really good thriller, but wouldn't be bothered by the dark subject matter. So perhaps people who've read things like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo or any of the Yo Nesbo, Harry Hole books, they'd probably really enjoy it. I fairly sped through it, and it is a 700-page book, so I think that's a really good endorsement as well. And I'll be interested to see if these two authors team up again and to see what they do. But yeah, I would suggest for anyone to give it a try. Long nights are setting in. You've got time to read a 700-page book. Thanks very much for listening to me today, guys. If you want to hear more from me, more from the other vloggers, then please subscribe to the Waterstones YouTube channel. And I will see you next time. See ya!